Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
I will
Very
admit
clever, Stalker.
the
I'm sure that meme will
Jews
catch on.
It's not a
Jews is
meme
a
if you actually
cop-out,
collect
like-
fucking retards.
the Jews is a bit of a cop.
Sorry, if Junge, if that is
self-defeatist.
if that is directed toward me, I apologize. Let's talk about something else. I agree.
Okay, gentlemen, I'd just like to ask a question. Are you from needy backgrounds or what?
Familiar with what?
What?
From needy backgrounds.
I don't
I am not, I'm sorry.
Wait, what is the question?
You live in the Western countries where you can get good education, get a very nice career. So everyone, if one is not lazy, can achieve success.
No.
Yeah, and I just
Actually,
like,
the lazy
I
can
just would
definitely
like
achieve
to
it.
mention that I am I'm from a dictatorship country. It's called Belarus, and we have rather disastrous.
You're in
situation.
Belarus. I've been to Minsk.
Yeah, with economy, with education. For example, I have diploma, but this diploma isn't internationally recognized. So it's like people who live in countries like mine don't have any future. And the only thing that helps me to survive is English and programming. There's no really other thing that will help you survive here. So
Learn
I don't know
from
what.
Finland, learn from Germany, and find somewhere.
I'm just trying to
between.
understand why are you dwelling on the subject so much? Because in my country there are also a lot of Jews who are just way too poor. They are needy and they don't have really a chance to thrive.
Well,
I'm not. Yeah. Pardon.
yeah, that was the same in Germany. Actually, in Germany, it was the same thing because, like, the vast majority of Jews in Germany prior to the Nazis' rise to power were living in ghettos. You know, pretty much same conditions as blacks in America.
No, they were put in ghettos during the war, but that's
No, they lived in ghettos previously.
I want to ask a Belarusian guy, where in Belarus do you live?
Literally everyone lives in a ghetto.
ASDF. Can I show you?
Did
my
you like
killer
Minsk,
shower?
class?
Did you what?
Did you like Minsk?
Minsk?
I did like Minsk. I was in Gomel and a few other places in Belarus. I was there for an archaeological dig about 15 years ago.
Dude, that's a pretty exciting
I absolutely loved Belarus, and actually until recently, I was engaged to a Belarusian Jew. So
I'm not a Jew at all. I'm actually of a Polish origin and kind of German. So I'm not a Jew at all.
Who's getting arrested?
I don't have anything against Jews anyway.
Interesting.
In the war,
Jew.
in the Second
Picked
World
anyone
War,
in Belarus. You pick a Jew.
75% of Belarusians died. This is a question about demographics.
it's more like between 25 and 50%.
My
Like,
country is
yeah,
not
it's
that.
very much-
We like have sort of a beautiful nature indeed, but the economy is quite disastrous, and everything in this country really depends on the economy. So, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. It's kind of scary, and we are in for a very heavy mess in September because Russian army is carrying out military training here, and the number
I met a lot when I was in Minsk. I met a lot of Russian soldiers.
Of military units exceeds the normal amount, like 20 times more than international laws allow. Sorry, I mean 20 times more military units we have this autumn. So it's really dangerous here, and it really reminds me the annexation of Crimea. I don't know what
Yeah, no,
is
I
gonna happen
worry
next.
about your country, man.
Yeah, I'm just trying to explain why I care about it so much. You probably guys heard that Russia keeps blocking internet pretty much akin to China, and even in sorry, I'm sorry for my stammering, in a worse manner. they blocked LinkedIn and stuff like that. Really, if we are annexed into Russia, we will have no independent media, no internet, and that's what worries me too much.
Также говорю по-русски.
Okay.
Говоришь по-русски?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Oh, but seriously, you speak Belarusian?
Yeah, Belarusian.
Speak some.
Soyuz nerushimie.
Well, he's from there. You would imagine that he's-
Wow. So you
My
must be-
country is mostly Russian. Is
I
mostly
mean, most
Russian
people in
speaking.
Belarus speak Russian, in my experience.
Yeah, the majority here is Russian speaking, but it's because it's because of the Kremlin's policy. Because our president is a guy associated closely with Putin, who actually
I've met Lukashenko.
he's
I was at a dinner with Lukashenko. He's a real dick.
he's a dick.
Got him.
Yeah, I was at a dinner.
What if
I was at a
just
dinner with
Russian
Lukashenko in 2001.
Wow, look at this base Jew.
Dude, you just do everything.
mega
don't you?
hat.
I went to dinner with fucking Mike Cernovich last week. Suck my dick.
So what I'm going to say is
I
you
went to
guys are
bed with
quite
Bill
lucky
Gates.
to be born in the Western countries. Just keep enjoying life there and stop maybe dwelling about the Jews.
Communism.
Yeah,
ruins
they're not the
everything.
problem. We're not problems, guys.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's
fam.
not really.
Thank you,
the
thank
Jew
you,
problem.
Belarusian. I appreciate it.
It's a lot.
Belarusian. No.
Belarusian, not Russian. Yeah, I got you.
Actually, I hate Russia, and I want it to collapse into different states, and that's all.
I don't care.
Yeah, fam. The
Israel
West
can
has
leave.
no problems. Am I right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
The West is perfect. We don't need to
The
We
change
all
West
have
it.
is the
iPhones,
best.
and we can
Alright,
use whatever
yeah.
car we want.
No reason
West
to
is the
improve
best.
or
The
anything.
West is just fine.
White
We all
people
have
are
Everywhere
fine.
has problems. Everywhere can fix them.
No. USA is perfect.
No, the West
Considered
really
different.
can't with its democratic systems. It's pretty bad at fixing them.
Also, Belarus. There's no reason you can't be the West. You know, you're intelligent enough to pull it off.
Well, they do have a dictator who doesn't want them to be that. So that's
It's
kind of
just
an
the echoes
issue.
of communism. It's how you pick up the pieces, and obviously,
Well,
they
Yeah,
pick up
our
the wrong
dictator is
pieces.
commie and pro-Russian.
It's not even about
Bomb.
communism. It's about the Russian. I mean, here's the thing: is there was a separate Belarusian culture, culture before World War II. Between 25% and half of all Belarusians during that time were killed, and so the Belarus was resettled with Russians during that time, which is
Yeah.
why I assumed that he would speak Russian, because most Belarusians nowadays do speak Russian. And people are leaving because they don't
I'm
want
an
to hear.
It's
Irish.
very
They
rare
don't,
in this
they don't want to hear
country.
actual history.
I speak English. I'm an Irishman. That just happens.
But we all speak English, man. I'm speaking English
I
right now.
do.
I was speaking English, a few minutes ago too.
I know, but like, all right, Belarus lost the Great Slaughter, whatever.
Well, Belarus wasn't a country at that time; it was part of the Soviet Union. But it was
Hey,
it
guys.
was the way. It was the road to Moscow was Belarus. So it got.
You were a
ripped out.
road.
It was the place in between Berlin and Moscow. So it got annihilated once when they were going to Moscow, and then it got annihilated again when the Soviets were going to Berlin. So
I just want to say to Katzamins, there were almost no Jews in Israel, and the state Israel as a state hasn't existed in
what the
fucking
fuck?
decades.
How did we get on this subject?
It's
Exactly.
in
I have
the voice
no
text
idea.
channel. The voice text channel.
But it's their promised land in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's a 2,450
Arabs were
years
living
old document.
There was almost no Jews.
All right.
Give it to
Yes.
them. That way we
Because
know where
they
they
were-
are.
Chased away by the
Israel. can
God
go
forbid
fuck
we talk
itself.
about real history.
Who says this isn't real history?
I mean,
I don't know. It's just anyone who tries to fucking ruin like the zeitgeist is always.
it's not like the
one.
Jews left because they wanted to leave, okay? They were kind of
Hallelujah.
forced by Muslims.
What do you mean forced by Muslims? When? Where?
I think they left because they wanted to.
Have you heard, do you know that 40% of Palestinians support suicide attacks against Israel?
Well, if I
Israel-
lived, I tell you what, if I lived in conditions like them, I probably would support.
Israel is
If I had the IDF walking down my streets every fucking day, killing up my children in the streets, I'd probably
my
be supporting
game
suicide attacks too. To be
crashed.
quite honest with you.
Oh my.
Israel and
probably
Saudi
understand that,
Arabia
yeah.
fund a
What-
lot of the radical
what can I say
jihadist
about that? I
movements
mean,
for trying to destabilize
Jesus.
all
Talk
these
to
Middle
people who
Eastern
actually were in
leaders so that they
Israel.
can build the pipeline and centralize
I've
all the
talked to
oil
people.
area.
I've talked to people who actually live in Palestine, who actually have to deal with Israeli soldiers kidnapping their children and fucking walking down their streets and killing
If
people.
Israel
That's
was
bullshit. That's
anything
bullshit.
like the
No, it's
Palestinians.
completely true.
No, if Israel was anything like the Palestinians, then there would be no Palestinians.
Oh, please.
I think
You know what? I'm gonna end the video there. I don't want to get too far into this.